Over here on the Classroom tab, you'll be provided with some insight into the various Google Classrooms within the domain. To begin with here, first off, you'll see this chart across the top, and this is going to give you some good high-level insight in here. So how many total classrooms are out there? How many active classrooms are out there? How many archived classrooms are out there? How many classrooms have been recently modified? Moving now to the chart itself here, you're going to see the basic information of the classroom itself. So the course name, the section, room, description of the classroom if applicable there, enrollment code, owner email here, the actual link to the classroom itself here. So this will be a hyperlink to the classroom. Now you do need to be a co-teacher to actually access the classroom there directly. The calendar ID here, as well as the creation time. So this can all be helpful in determining, are there older classrooms out there that may need to be archived at some point? Do we have classrooms floating around there that don't make sense? There have been cases where we've run across student-created classrooms. So this can provide you some valuable insight into what's going in on classroom there. There are also some ways you can quickly search and filter here on the classroom side as well too. So lots of options this way, anything from course name to section to owner email. On the filter side of things, it's going to be a little bit more limited here. There'll just be one filter of status, but this is where you can also look for a classroom type called orphan classrooms. Now we don't have any directly here in this test environment, but orphan classrooms would be classrooms where the actual owner's email account no longer exists. So the account that created that classroom initially is no longer within the Google domain here, has been deleted at some point, but that classroom still exists out there. So you can use this to go ahead and locate those orphan classrooms, and then there's some actions we can take on classrooms there directly through the platform. So if you want to go ahead and click into one of the classrooms here, I'm going to go ahead and use this geometry classroom as an example here. We can see some high-level details here, so the classroom details. This is the same information there that you saw within the table itself. If we look over here at the owners and co-teachers, this is going to give you an idea of who are the admins of this classroom really. So here we have the owner of this particular classroom as well as the co-teacher of that classroom. Further down here, you're going to then see a list of the users in the classroom itself. So that will include the teachers who are listed as teachers in the classroom as well as the various students in that classroom as well too. You will notice here that there is a action button, so you can go through and bulk remove students or remove individual students out of a classroom if necessary there. And there's some search capabilities as well too. You can search by the users within a classroom, and you can quickly go ahead and filter by the various roles that are within the classroom as well too. In the top right hand corner there is going to be an actions button, and this is going to allow you to take some additional actions on a classroom. The first one being here is going to be transfer ownership. This allows you to go ahead and transfer the ownership from the owner of that classroom over to a co-teacher. So whoever is you're transferring ownership over to does need to be a co-teacher there. If we come over to the add participants, this allows you to add a co-teacher or a student to a classroom. You can also then remove a co-teacher or a student from a classroom. You can also archive or outright delete a classroom as well too. Especially for those orphan classrooms, this could be extremely handy to go ahead and get rid of those classrooms, or for active classrooms which need to be archived, you can also go ahead and do that as well too. Now do keep in mind this does not allow you to take bulk action on classrooms, so you will need to go through each individual classroom to take those actions there. But this does help provide some good visibility into classrooms as a whole there, allow you to find some older classrooms that you may not be aware of, or classrooms that maybe potentially students are using, whatever the case may be here. Certainly this does provide a lot of good valuable insight into what's going on within classroom, and then certainly some good features you can take as well too, especially the transfer ownership is a popular one. If you have someone who's going on leave for a period of time, you could transfer the ownership over to the long-term sub, or if it's a case where you need to dive into a classroom, there's been some kind of incident that's occurred in a classroom, you could add yourself as a co-teacher, dive into that classroom directly, take a look at what was going on there via the alternate link. Then once you've finished with that, you come back through, you can go ahead and remove yourself as a co-teacher as well too.